If you are sincere, stick to your sincerity.
So basically, deal with the pain.
Deal with the pain, but do not indulge with the pain in such a manner that it changes your naturality.
Right.
Instead of being sincere, I crib about it and then I do the job.
What happens when you have good motives but deal with difficult people in society? Welcome back. We're still here and we'll be talking about patience.
We have to change our horizon of thinking from short term to medium term to long term. Long term gold will sell. If your intention is good, never be fearful. Never think of contrasting emotions. If you are sincere, stick to your sincerity.
So basically, deal with the pain.
Deal with the pain, but do not indulge with the pain in such a manner that it changes your naturality.
Right.
Instead of being sincere, I crib about it and then I do the job.
I can't remember where I got this. I think I was listening to a program or reading a book. I can't really remember, where somebody says that pain is actually good for you. It pushes you to the next stage, but it shouldn't stay with you through the next stage. So basically, feel the pain, right? But know when to drop it. I guess we go back to negotiating negativity.
Negotiate the negativity is right. Yes. Bear the pain, but don't indulge with the pain.
Yeah.
Focus on where you are going.
All right.
Don't leave your naturality. And this I want to say for benefit of all and the whole world. What happens? You are good, imagine. Then what you did? You imagine you misbehaved with me. Now, I have also started thinking of misbehavior with you. After some period, what happens? I become like you as a person. I have the same grudge. That grudge I pass on to some other person. So what is happening?
So negativity, unforgiveness grows.
And
there's children.
And what the thing you didn't like about the person, finally you became like him.
Right.
Because you got so much indulged in the pain and in the journey.
Yeah.
Like imagine you are a saint and the other person is a robber. Finally you went and you became a robber at the end. I'm talking of that. So keep an awareness of your naturality, your strengths and positivity. Every person have their own strengths.
Right.
But you have to stick with your sincerity, not change yourself as a new person altogether. Are you getting it? This is the risk.
So it is very important that you know who you are.
Yes.
It's very important to know that when you have these motives, these good motives, it is because it is from inside out. So it doesn't matter if it is appreciated or not, you know who you are, basically.
And good motive will sell. This is a rule made by the gods to carry on the planet. If a person is watering the plants regularly as a good gardener, plants will grow. If the person is driving the car with a cautious and using indicators and horn, there's a good possibility he will not encounter accidents. He will even bear the wrong deeds of the other guy who did a mistake, but he could still manage his car and move ahead.
Okay, so now let's talk about patience, right? It says, perceive the acts patiently and receive the facts quietly.
Receive the facts quotiently.
Oh, quotiently.
So again, what he is saying is try avoiding overreaction. Receive the facts. Imagine a person has behaved something, take a pause. Why is he behaving this way? There may be health issue, there may be personal issue, there may be professional issue. We don't have the background, but without background we reacted and then it goes overboard. So what he says is take a pause, avoid overreaction, balance the situation in proportionate manner. Try to go delve. Oh, what happened? What you didn't like? Just imagine he said, okay, I don't like about your presentation. And you said this guy is bad only. Boss, what you don't like, you tell me that.
I think it clearly reminds me of somewhere in the Bible that says, be slow to speak, slow to anger, and quick to listen.
Wow, very good.
Yeah. It says the long suffering may be a laudable one, but it should not be or cause for the encouragement of the outrage. It goes back to what
Exactly
we're talking about. The long suffering may be a laudable one, but it should not be or cause for the encouragement of the outrage.
So what does it mean? It means, you are suffering. Like, the behavior is not conversant. They are not recognizing your sincerity. So it's a long suffering. And he is saying it is appreciable because you are sticking to your values and consistently delivering on your values.
Yeah.
But what he is saying is, it should not give a signal to the other person that he can go overboard or he can do an unjust behavior with you.
It would be an outright way.
So what does it mean? Imagine a person is giving a very good service in terms of watering the plants and flowers have come, things are going very well.
Yeah.
And then you say to him, let me pay your month-end salary after 5 days. His sincerity is there. It is showing results. But what you are doing? You are trying to take more exploitation. Instead of paying 30 days, you are thinking 35 days. So what he is expecting from the gardener or from the person who is giving services, talk that this is unjust behavior. Tell me which day I did not come. Tell me where the result has not come. So there should be a discussion. Not allow the other person to go overboard. Don't encourage poor behavior. You are not doing poor behavior, but it doesn't mean you are encouraging other person to have poor behavior with you.
So at some point you have to speak.
Yes, then let's talk about the subject matter instead of personality, personal issues. Focus on the facts.
So then how do we gauge it? Because at first we said that you have to be patient even when people do not appreciate your motives. Now we're saying that they have to actually speak up. How do we, is there a right way to, or do you not, like how do you gauge this properly? How do you engage?
It's the same example I would like to say is, you have a real gold jewelry. What you will say to the jeweler if he says no, it's not real? What you will say?
It's real.
You will say, test it please. There is a way to test. It will show whether it is real or not. More than the words. So you always have to be the fact-based discussion instead of going emotional-based discussion.
All right. Patience is differ to the tolerance. The latter is in case of others, and the former is for the self-command. But both have their limitations.
So I think this patience word and the subject matter is very important because Master one time has written that patience should be your pet. My personal understanding about him also is that he has patience of oceans, no limit kind of patience. But he was also the person who will try to bring more innovation, who will be fast to act also. There are contrasting qualities, but he had both of them.
But there has to be a balance.
Is a balance. So what he is saying is patience is different from tolerance. So tolerance is about the other person. And patience is a quality for yourself. So what he is saying at the end is very important, that both have their limitations. So if you have patience, or if you sometimes you delay the tasks out of patience. Let's wait, and finally you suffer because of too much waiting. So you should also know that there is a limitation to patience and there is a limitation to tolerance also. If you allow the tolerance to cross a particular level, it becomes misbehavior. So that is saying no. Blow the whistle before and that this is unreasonable. In a polite way. This is what he is saying.
Okay. So now let's move to the next one. It is persistence. It's just a one sentence, liner he's put there. Assistance of persistence is necessary where resistance exists.
So of course, whatever we do, there is resistance. But you have to persist. Now persistence is on two sides. Imagine I am persisting with you. Try it now, it's a good product. But the other part of persistence is I am also thinking based on your feedback, how can I improve my product? So one is internal persistence and the other is external persistence. As a salesman, I am trying to sell my product in quantity. So if you don't, I try my best, but I go to the next customer also. But the other one is an innovative quality. I say, okay, you don't want, why you don't want? Okay, you will like that competitor. What is that you like about it?
Yeah.
Okay. So it means I have to factor that innovation in my product so that it addresses to a larger audience.
Okay.
So persistence is very important. Somebody says, okay, let us do meditation. You did 2 days and you said it is not working. Arey, persist 21 days, do an assessment. If it doesn't work 21 days, stop it.
I think even with developing good habits,
Yes.
right? And there's something I've noticed. When you set out to develop a good habit or positive habit, and then you stop halfway, what you don't know is whilst you stopped in your progress of the good habits, you actually develop negative habits. Because if you don't develop the good one, you are developing the bad one. You're encouraging the bad habits.
One very good point you are saying is about habit. So habit formation is intentional and unintentional. I will give you my example. I started with learning tennis. I had a wrong bias in my mind because of in India they don't play tennis. So they say, oh, the racket is heavy, you have to do a lot of running, it's very difficult. But when I started playing, I thought it's not so difficult. Okay, you are sweating, but it's not so difficult. But later on, after 15 classes, you will be surprised what happened to me. There was no coach, no one. I took 30 balls in an empty court and started hitting to play as a habit. 1 hour I played with myself alone. What does it mean? It will contribute to your good health. It will contribute to your good state of mind. So sometimes unintentionally you do, which you never thought you can play alone also. Even when the court was empty, you start playing. So habit formation is very important. And before that, I think motive we have covered. So motive plus patience can lead to habit formation. And habit formation can lead to a very accomplished professional or personality.
And you need persistence too.
Yes.
Okay, that comes to, we've just aligned it properly. It comes to a very good end, is that when you deal with life, deal with people, deal with different stakeholders, you need to understand that you should have good motives. This comes by intentional thinking, curious questioning. When you move from that aspect, you may deal with difficult people. This is where patience comes in. You have to be patient, but at the same time, you have to think of yourself so that, there's like a good balance. And then you have to be persistent. So we've come to the end of today's episode. We hope you join us for more episodes. Please do engage. We've been seeing your comments. We appreciate it. We love that you've been going on this journey with us. Please interact, like, share. Thank you.